Hey everybody, I hope you're doing pretty good this Sunday afternoon. I'm getting to this a little bit later. Had to hang out with the kids, had to go get a haircut, but it's time to give away 1,000 tickets. But before we pick our winner, let's go look at the post. All you had to do was comment on it, repost it, like it, and be a follower of me. That's the same way you could enter the next giveaway. Now, unfortunately, the first three giveaways were for 1,000 tickets. We're going to lower this one to 500 tickets. That's just so I can continue to do this each week for at least 4 more weeks. Now, there is a chance I increase it back up a little bit, but I still feel like 500 tickets is a pretty good prize just for doing this. And because we're only getting 11 comments, some people might start to win a second time. So that's another reason why we're going to lower it a little bit. I'm not really just looking to give these tickets to the same people. It's meant to help promote the Honor versus Madness game that I am an ambassador for. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. So guys, I hope that's okay with you. Now, one of the things I wanted to do before I show you who won, and as you can see, I have it all prompt over here on Grok to pick our winner. But first, I want to have you all listen to a little section from the last time AGA and LA talked to us about the Honor versus Madness game. Now, this person asked a thought about having royalties on when a card is sold for the person that first bought the card. So I bought it first, I sell it to you, and maybe I get 2% of that money, 5% of that money sent to me, even if when you buy it from me. And then when you sell it to somebody else, I get also that same 2 to 5%. Some cards do this, but that's not the way that they're really doing this and plan to do it. For one thing, they're planning to mint out all their cards and put them into packs, and so you're not an actual minter of the cards. So royalties wouldn't make a lot of sense for you to have minter royalties. The cards are going into the packs. You might be the first one to open the pack, the first one to own that card that came out of that pack, but you didn't mint it. It would be complicated for them to do this. So that's kind of an incentive for people to come into the ecosystem. But he's talking about that's not the way that they're incentivizing people to interact with their ecosystem. The way that they're incentivizing people to interact with their ecosystem for this game, which includes the Grim Gold token, is by staking it. When you stake it, you get these tickets. Now, why do you want these tickets? Why is this a good reward? Let's go ahead and listen to it from AJ, who's the leader of this project, for just a moment.
And by staking GG,
All right, so now the way he was wording that was towards this guy that asked this question about the royalty rewards. Now, when it comes to the staking rewards, and I should have had this up, so let me just get this up really quick. Don't want to have to start all over, guys. But let me just go here and really quick go to their official links, and we'll go to the staking. So like I said, if you're staking your coins here, you can stake them for 1 week, 3 weeks. This is about 5 weeks, or this is about a year. Not exactly right. 136 days is a little bit lower. You get a certain amount of them back, and they did say that this should always be around because they plan on buying back their token once it's been fully minted with some of the money they're making from the game to continue some kind of staking rewards. Will the APRs always be as they're high now? Maybe not. I do see here, I do have another stake here that's coming to an end. This one actually ended a couple days ago, so I can withdraw. Oh, I'll do that later. I didn't come here to do that. I don't think I have my wallet unlocked, so it's not going to work right now. But as you can see here, I've been staking for a while, and I'm sitting here with only about 597 tickets. I have 180,000 tokens staked. You're not earning these at a super great click. I don't know what these will be worth, but I do know they are transferable. If they weren't transferable, I couldn't transfer them to you. Now, they don't have a liquidity market today, but I'm sure once the game is out and once the Carnival tickets are able to be used to purchase items within the Carnival shop, they will have some kind of value to them that'll be really done by the value of what people are willing to pay for the cards that can be minted out of that shop. So let's say there's a really, really good card and it costs, I don't know, thousands, hundreds of thousands of tickets. I don't necessarily know. I don't have a good idea of how many tickets an item is going to cost. I could tell you, I would guess a really good card would cost somewhere around, if he's saying it could be worth $10,000, at least 10,000 tickets, or that would put tickets at $1 a piece. I don't know. They probably won't be that valuable. Let's say they're worth a penny. So then it'd be like 100,000 tickets for some crazy super rare card. Part of the idea here would be that you'd be really invested in the ecosystem, staking a lot of their tokens, or willing to go to that secondary market and reward the people who are generating these tickets. Get your hands on them, talk in the Discord, create some private sales. That is always very dangerous. Or eventually, I'm sure there'll be some kind of liquidity pool for here. Now, that is just reminding you how cool it is if you're the guy that wins. Now, what was some of the other cool things that they went over in this video? Well, really, the thing I'll just point out to you guys was that AJ's been talking about the game working with some of the other chains that are out there that support gaming. Right now, the token's on the BNB chain, but it started on Ethereum. They moved it to BNB to make it easy for us to buy it, kind of dollar cost average into the token, and then so it'd be easier to stake and claim stakes and do those kind of things. But what does that mean for us? Is the game going to be on BNB? We don't know. Now, there are a lot of different chains out there right now who have basically DAO structures. They can sponsor projects to go to them. And the big hint here was possibly as early as next week, we're going to find out, as long as the deal goes through, what chain the game is actually going to be on. And that is kind of exciting because if you have a chain who's becoming a sponsor of the game, that's just going to legitimize it more on that chain and start to bring more people into this game. So, do you want to get your GG now? Maybe. It might be something to look at. Let's see. If I go into right here. It's going to take a minute before we can see this. Should have had this up too. You can see, look what happened in just the last few days. Because when people found out that this coin, and this is why you really got to be paying more attention, not necessarily waiting for me to tell you when to come and get these things. Of course, I was telling you guys to buy it here. I told you to buy it here. And, I'm not a financial analyst. I'm not your financial analyst. This is not me giving you financial advice. But I was like, this looks like a bottom. All right, that's a little wrong here. But now that might be the bottom. Oh, we went up. That was our bottom so far on GG. And now, boom, we bounced back up to these levels. Now, this is going to be an interesting level. Are we gonna hold kind of this area right here where there was kind of some trade resistance, and then go back up and kind of get back maybe into some of these levels? Possibly we could start to see an all-time high on GG, depending on what happens in the next few days. But that's the kind of stuff that's going on with this ecosystem. The other thing we got to see in this video, we got an answer to how the dueling system is going to work. Now, I posed this question to them, and I'm glad they went and gave us an answer because I didn't quite understand how the duel was going to be done. They had some not really exactly explaining, but the idea here is that when we play the card game, me and you are going to play our card game. Our card game is going to come to an end, and then we're going to go into this battle. Now, when we go into this battle, from what I understand, whoever did better in the card game is going to have a health bonus. But just because you lost the card match, well, if we decided to go into a duel where we are now going to duel to the death, then we're dueling and you could still win because this is a rock, paper, scissors type game. It's, not exactly. It's like attack, fake attack, or defend. It's like if you defend, and usually what this thing will do is doing the right counter action to your opponent will go ahead and stop their attack. AJ did have an example of this. I'm not going to look for it right now through the video, but where a guy did an attack in, the person did a perfect defense. Since they did the right move, they caught the magic and threw it back at the other person, and that's how they were able to score a hit on the other person. Also, this whole duel effect does have some. If you win 2, 3, 4 times in a row, you can do up to 8%, 8 times more damage. Now, if you dominated the card game, when you come here, you might have twice as much life, 80% more life. If it was a close card game, you might only have 10% more life than your opponent, and you're going to have your duels. Then at the end, you're going to have your finishers. The finishers are going to be pretty wild. Let me show you just a few little parts here. This is when he started to show the motion answer team, the motion capture team again, that is working on the game. And let's see if we can find just a little part I want to show you where they were filming. They were setting this guy up. They were showing off her. He was showing when they got into actually doing it. So, okay, yeah, we want to go just right here. Just a little bit of this. So here she shows like one where they're going to lift the person into the air. We'll go ahead and mute him there. I don't want us talking over each other. But where they lift, you're going to have, imagine this, one of your finishers that you're going to do with your wand, you're going to be able to cast a spell on them that lifts them into the air and then chokes them to death. And that's where they're getting the filming of that in this sequence so that you can see that they're capturing it to be able to go ahead and do that. Another one that they did a little moment, and I'll go ahead and put a mute on here so that doesn't happen again, that they film here. I might be right after this one. So we'll let this one play, and then you see them drop down. There's one where they did a kick. Here's one where they drag the person across the floor. So that is a finisher move that's going to be in the game where you're gonna pass some kind of spell on your opponent once they've been weakened, and their face is going to be pounded into the ground and just scraped across the bottom. And it is going to be a kill move. He did say that Honor vs. Madness is going to be a pretty mature game. So it's not going to be meant for kids. It's going to be meant to have this maturity thing. And that's because what this is trying to do, what Grim Gold Honor vs. Madness is really trying to do, is it's trying to take a spin on the TCG card game when it comes to just how the game is played. You're going to be a wizard who's either part of the good side or the bad side, given there's a little bit of, who's really good or who's bad in the lore of this. Won't get too mad into that right now. You're going to meet each other. You're going to fight each other. In this fight, it's going to have you using these cards. In the lore, this would be more like us having a battle with our magical minions. And then after the minions are gone, and it's time to finish each other off, we're going to finish each other off, and you're going to die or you're going to kill someone. The reason for this is they want this game to be fun to play, fun to watch, have you invested a little bit more, and not feel like just a regular stale card game. This is also because they are thinking forward and they understand to be a popular game or to be a popular Web3 game, you need to have some watchability to it, because a big part of that ecosystem is being able to have people watch you play that game on Twitch. And like could you imagine being on Twitch and you're watching somebody play Honor vs. Madness, and then they win and they've got like a couple different finishing moves, and maybe they can have a quick poll during that match, which finishing move do you guys want to see if I win? And then they're going to pop off that finishing move, and the chat's going to go crazy as they watch this person, basically almost like a Mortal Kombat finisher, coming on the screen, and then you're going to go do your next match. And this is where it's also going to have a little more maybe salt when you lose, because not only you're going to lose, but you're going to have to watch yourself just get pummeled into the ground. So hopefully that makes people really want to take that next step. So people are definitely starting to find out about this. Again, the token, nice little uptrend here, little bit of selling here at the top, but we'll nothing, as you can see. Look at all that green in there. So it's pretty impressive to see. Now let's go ahead and pick our winner. Now again, I will reach out to the winner. Do not reach out to me. Do not try to be the person that wins, because I will be messaging them before I even post this video and only be looking for them to go ahead and reply to my message. That is one of the reasons you need to be following me to enter, so that I can message you. That's another thing. If you have that turned off completely and you win, it's going to be hard to figure things out, and I'm not going to take it on an inbound message. All right, let's go ahead and send this to Grok, and he will do his magic. So we got our post right here. He's going through his stuff. Hopefully not too many people are using Grok. Get a little drink of water. Okay, must follow them, must like the post, must repost the post, must leave a comment on the post. He's going to analyze them. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. So we got 10 who did this. Step 2, check if the users are following. Check if they liked it. Check if they reposted. All right, so now here's everyone that did that, also with what they said. Now he has to pick a winner. So the most relevant comments. Oh, okay. So I'm going to have to double check this, because apparently right now he's saying he can't check if you're following me, but I'll go ahead and double check that before I send it out these. So our final winner, according to Grok, is right here. So I see the follow back does mean they're following me, so I don't really need to worry about that. And then we can look at that they are going hard in this project, so that's pretty cool. It's Kelly. I'll just say it's Kelly Combs is our winner. So congratulations, and I will be sending you a message to get your wallet address. And guys, things are just really starting to, what do I say? Good for this game? I think so. So it's pretty exciting, guys. I hope you liked this video, and I hope you enter to win the next giveaway. Thanks, everyone, and goodbye.